backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. That's the one thing. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods, that's the one thing that I always roll. Backwoods, that's the one thing that I always roll.
Yo, DM me. I put my Instagram in the chat.
Backwoods, that's the one thing that I always roll.
That's a lot right now. So I have.
Backwoods, that's the one thing that I always roll.
Yeah, this is how I have. Right now, you don't know. You think it's something real big?
Yeah. Nice.
Which one? Are you on iOS 18? What is it? 26?
I'm not sure yet.
Oh, I have iOS 9.
It doesn't.
26. Beta data 9. These are you live? They're showing you still live.
Yeah.
Huh? What happened? This one normal. Yo, this one I don't know.
Backwoods. That's
You
the
don't
one thing
check
I
it?
always roll.
I'm working on something right now. I'll check it in a little bit.
You know how long software I'll take? 3 hours?
I don't know.
This your friend?
Yeah.
You guys out there?
I don't know what to do with it.
Backwoods. That's the one thing
Pass
I
it
always
out.
roll.
He might want it.
You think? Huh?
No, I used to smoke, but I don't anymore.
Why you stop?
Huh?
Why you stop?
Why not stop? Because it's bad for you.
Because your friend still smoke? Vape? No person is gonna be.
It's bad for you.
I know you will have cancer,
Pretty much.
lung cancer, teeth cancer. I think.
You can get mouth cancer.
Backwoods. That's the one thing I always roll.
Mouth cancer, yep.
But can your teeth fall out if you have bowel cancer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why it's not. I need to see what he said.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
That's what the charger is really helpful.
That's okay.
I don't lay, you know, or
DJ Woods.
I'm wrong. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
Smoking and drinking.
No.
Nah.
Kill you.
Yeah, no, it's not cool.
It'll show you put up with really help.
DJ Woods.
Some people like these types of beats.
Huh?
Some people like these types of beats.
You like it? Oh, I don't sound like somebody
It
like
just sounds like a broken record, kind
on
of.
record. I have a lot of people watch. What? Do you feel respond?
He'll just DM me.
Huh?
He'll probably just DM me. Oh my gosh. I'm not even close. Through all these beats. Now, why am I complaining? I'm making a lot of beats. That's a good thing.
Is your body getting tired?
A little bit.
You gonna take a break? You gonna take a walk or something?
Nah.
Clean your mind out or something? I know what I do sometimes.
Sometimes it is,
I
but
mean, like, if I play one, I play like two time video game, I stop it.
sorry. I don't know why that's happening. That would be why.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
But you don't know, just tell me the name of it.
Hmm?
What if you software update?
I'm just gonna do it later.
Huh? I have iOS 26 Been 9. Monday at 9 already. When you supposed to leave?
I think in a couple weeks.
Oh, so now working. Does it work fine to me? I haven't. Because of the baby on my phone. And one thing I like about this is the
Backwoods.
walkie-talkie.
That's one thing I always roll.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm looking at that back.
Just keep doing it.
No, damn, but feeling around.
One thing that I always roll.
There's the phone. There's the phone. What's that? Is it phone with the dice doing on me? Oh wow, not. Faster. And just carry it on with me wherever I go. And I have a second one at home. You said, remember you said you had going to an area or something?
Atlanta?
You say you are going to some errand.
Yeah, I am gonna do that later.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
These are my other two cousins. Babies.
Oh yeah.
1 month, 1 3 months. But they're all girls. All girls. No boys.
Let's see.
No comments yet. Oh, nope. The second person left already.
It's okay. I'm not worried about them.
I
Backwoods.
listened in, yes, I'm guilty of this. You should know this. I broke down and wrote you back before you had a chance to. Don't get fucked up. I am moving past this, giving notice. I have to go. Yes, I know this feeling. No, you're leaving. Are you safe? Gas staring on the edge of safe. Calm down. Are you safe? Gas staring on the edge of safe. Calm down. Are you safe? Gas staring on the edge of safe. Calm down. Are you safe?
good. This is hard work.
Oh, you only have one person right now. What to say top fan? What that button do? Oh, he's the only
I
one.
guess he's my top fan. Shout out to bro.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
I'll tell you like what number it is. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on that beat. I'm still working on that. Oh, I like the beat like Drake.
Yeah.
Huh? No, Tyler Creator, by the way. Tyler Creator. Yeah, she's such a dope. You know where she's at. There you go. So how you doing with your boom bap? Like you're bad.
It's only been like 2 minutes since you said that. It's not even gonna change.
Sure, I'm on 50 right now.
Rap battle.
What?
Not good.
You should do it. food?
Me?
Yeah, you.
Pho.
Falafel?
Vietnamese pho. It's a noodle soup.
I like pretzel.
Yeah?
Backwoods. That's one thing that I always roll.
I like pretzel.
Pretzels are good. I love pretzels.
Let's go.
Look it up. It's called PHO. Look it up on images. That's what I like to eat.
PHO.
PHO. Pho.
PFO?
PHO.
PHO. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You like that?
So good.
Oh, God.
No, you don't like it?
Pretzel.
Backwoods. That's one thing that I always roll.
What'd you say?
Instead of doing the software up there, I work right now.
Oh, nice.
You want to take yours?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I know. It doesn't make any difference to me. I don't really care which iOS I'm at.
I know, iOS.
It doesn't really make a difference. They just do that to try to keep you
No, they're just probably going to give you like new software
there to keep you
with the new stuff.
Yeah.
But you can go back now. Have you posted me on TikTok?
No.
Huh?
I hate TikTok.
Why?
I do not like it.
Why?
There's a lot of reasons. Just it's designed to keep you addicted to it, and none of the information that it is actually important. You're just filling your head with useless information. I'd rather learn about things that are
What about Twitch? Did you put it in on Twitch?
no.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
See? This is why I like this. So this actually, do you know people actually have companies on the app?
Really?
Yeah, and people sell like pro chargers. You can just like clip it on you. Would you ever dye your hair?
Nah.
Why?
It's bad for your hair.
What about braiding your hair?
Nah.
Why?
I don't really care enough.
Why? It probably look good on you.
Maybe it does. I don't really care enough.
You can get braided. You should look good on you. You'd be like, oh.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
So you.
Backwards. That's the one thing I always roll.
What is your appointment? How long you that you're feeling wow? 4.
This one's good.
I don't have a good rock for it. Just give me some
It's
good.
okay, that's why you gotta practice. Remember, you always tell me practice makes perfect. The same thing.
Okay, how many people watching it? Oh,
They can't hear us though. They can only hear the beat.
really?
Yeah.
Well, they cannot hear you. Well, they cannot hear you.
No, they can only hear the beat.
Well, they cannot hear you.
Cause I have it muted.
Huh?
Cause I have it muted. The microphone, I have it muted.
So they cannot hear you, but you listen to the beat.
Backwards. That's the one thing that I always roll. Backwards. That's the one thing that I always roll.
You like tattoos or not really? Or kind of.
I do. I have a couple.
What is that supposed to be?
Music.
What if I ask?
Native to my native country, Costa Rica.
Okay. What flower? What butterfly is it?
Blue Morphus.
Why do they call it blue morphus?
Don't know.
Backwards. That's the one thing that I always roll.
Your phone is slowest thing ever. Your phone is slow as
It's only been charging. It's the new phone. It's only been charging for a few minutes, Paul. It's not slow. It's normal.
Backwards. That's the one thing that I always roll.
Oh, I watched this one when you kick the turbo. That one? That one. They can only hear the beat. Interesting. Wow, that's really interesting.
Isn't that cool? That's how I like to keep it.
Huh?
I don't like to talk to them. I like them to just hear the music. That's all they're here for.
Oh, done.
Nice.
That's fast.
Backwards. That's the one thing that I always roll.
You're flying back somewhere?
Yeah.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
I like puzzles.
Yeah.
I have to know that line puzzles. Just and Cimarron.
Oh yeah, I love cinnamon.
Backwoods. That's the one thing that I always roll.
If you can like end the live.
I gotta finish this.
I'm just saying.
I am done with the live though. Yeah.
Huh?
I am done with the live.
Yeah, you should.
I do it from the computer. Huh? I gotta do it from the computer.